What up? I'm going to talk about school. This is my friend, Aaliyah. She has a channel too. The card will be here or in the description, or both, because I can do both. If you want to hear part 1 of the situation that made just part 2.
A Friday.
Inauguration day. It was already blessed by Satan. It was fucked up. But anyways, yeah, if you want to hear part 1 of this day from hell, go to her channel. We talked about our second period. It was a mess. And this is third period, which was even more of a mess because of the mess in second period. So, in third period, we have AP World History, which is a mess. Because who gives a fuck about world history? Those bitches are dead.
People actually have... There are historians, Sam. There are historians.
Like who? Ross from Friends? That scrub?
He was not. He was a dinosaur historian. We're talking about other people, not dinosaurs. He was a... What was it called?
Paleontologist.
Paleontologist. We're talking about historians, not paleontologists.
Ross was still a mess. I hate Ross. Anyways, the class was a mess. And, like, we were semi-prepared for this test.
We were not prepared.
I read the chapter!
Your mom read you 10 pages of the 15 pages, and then you just read 5.
There wasn't 15 pages. There were, like, 25 pages. Excuse me. She read 10. I read 15 on my own. I never read the chapter. This was a chapter 5 test for the 5th chapter, of our textbook. I read it for once. I never read the chapter because the first time that I read the chapter, which was like for the chapter 3 test, I ended up doing worse than I do on the other chapter test. So I was like, I'm not going to read the chapter. And the prophecy came true, but we'll get to that.
I never read the chapter in general, ever.
The chapters are extra. Who needs to read them? Because our teacher, Dr. White, he is an interesting man where
yes, he is.
He gives us like lectures on what's in the chapter and we take notes on them. So I'm like, what's the point of reading the chapter if we have lecture notes? But like we take the test, we're given the test after we've done some like last minute studying of just like flipping through our notebook and looking at everything to make sure that like we have
did
information.
Pretty good on the map.
Because the map was easy.
Well, yeah, but like the map, we did some shitty maps.
Yeah, we had to like make maps of like China and India and like the roots of like Buddhism and like the Silk Road and all those other neighboring countries. Yeah, our maps were messy. If you gave them to somebody, they'd be like, these are highly inaccurate.
But yeah, so basically, we were just flipping through our notes. I barely had any notes. I was sick on Monday, and that's when we took first notes. So that was a mess.
Yeah, we had very low-key notes, and our map was a mess. But we knew that the map was going to show up on the test, so we looked at it anyways. We looked at all of our lecture notes, and I felt pretty prepared, because I read the chapter for once, okay? But then he gives us the test. And then we're like...
Remind you this, after the test was given, he said that there were 2 questions on this test that were extremely difficult, and if you did not read the chapter, then you would not know the answers.
And I read the chapter, but did I know the answer? Probably not.
We haven't gotten the test back, but we saw it, our scores.
Oh, they're bad. They're bad. But yes, when we like look at the test, we had like different versions of the test. It's like version 1, version 2. You had like version 1, right?
Yes.
Yes, because mine had the map to start with. So I was like, okay, I was like, oh, this map is easy. I got this. Then I flip over to the first page. I read the first question. I'm like, oh.
The first question was pretty hard. My first question was pretty hard. It was about like talking about like what was the what are some qualities of the empire, and that was all the way back from like chapter 3. And I was very confused.
I just guessed. I guessed on a lot, but
I guessed on every one of them.
I was like looking at this map like. When I was like starting with the test, I looked at the map and I couldn't really tell what like letter was like signifying which areas. So when Dr. White is walking around to like answer questions, I was like looking at my map and I was like, I don't know which letter goes where. Can you help me? And he like help me. Then he goes over to her, and then she tell the good people what you asked him.
I asked him. I said, Dr. White, can you pray for me? And then he said, I don't think I did. And I was like. Because I think he thought I said, oh, did you pray for me? And then I said, no, Dr. White, can you pray for me? And then he was just like right now. And then he was like, he just shook his head and left.
That's just when you know that you're like not going to do all this stuff. When you ask your teacher to pray for you.
Because like, every single one of these questions, I did not know the answer to. But then I reread some of them and I was like, oh yeah, I think I know the answer to this. So I was like, oh, I might.
We should have prayed to Confucius.
We should have prayed to Confucius, but we don't.
That's what they did in the olden days. They prayed so that their kids could get into college. I read the chapter! I read the chapter.
The chapter don't do shit for you, Sam.
It doesn't. It makes my grades worse. Okay, so we're taking the test. I'm looking through it. I'm like, oh my, I don't know these answers at all because I get Buddhism very confused with Hinduism because I was
it's
just
not
like,
even that difficult to get. How is it difficult to get them confused?
I don't remember what the difference is between them. I know that Hinduism is like the collection of like culturalness in India, and then Buddhism is a religion. But like when they're like, tell me the differences, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, Buddhism is about like how you can like how you don't want to be reincarnated.
Really?
Yeah, and Hinduism is how you want to be reincarnated. I know shit.
I messed up those questions then.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Oh my.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, we're taking this test. We're just looking through it. I'm like, oh god, I don't know any of these answers. How long did it take you approximately to finish the test?
Once he said you have 5 more minutes, I was like done. I was done like 8 minutes before the test was done, but I kept relooking just to make sure because I was the first one done and I did not feel comfortable with that. Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna relook. And I thought you were just relooking your questions.
No. Oh, I was not done until like the last minute because there were some questions where I was like, I have no idea what the answer is, so I left them blank. And then when he was like, when Dr. White was like, 5 minutes left, I was like, God damn, gotta look over these questions.
Yeah, we both said him like, you're not helping this situation.
Yes, he was like 5 minutes left. She was like, oh, you're not helping this. I was like, you're really not. You're not helping us at all.
You're not helping
this is very
like
stressful.
Be comfortable with this.
The test was something else, but like it was extra hard because the usual chapter tests are like 20 questions, like 20 to 24 questions. This one had 32 questions.
Yeah.
What kind of mess? I was not prepared for all these questions.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
No,
I didn't study the day before. I didn't. And normally I'm okay with chapter quizzes because like if I study the day before a bit and then study like during homeroom time, then I'm good. Or
like, yeah, during star break, which is like the 10-minute break in between second and third period where you're allowed to like go to your teachers, go get food, just hang out with people who aren't in your classes. It's a really chill time.
Yeah. Our school's nice.
It's not nice, it's old.
But it's nice. In that sense.
But yes, I took until the very last minute to finish this. Like, I didn't answer my last question until I saw Dr. White walking around picking up the Scantrons. I didn't know the answer. Yes, I did not know the answer at all. So I was like, this one. I didn't know because all of my answers were very much like C. Because I wasn't just like trying to pick C. It's just like all the answers that I thought were right happened to be C. So I was like, this isn't right.
Most of mine I got were A's.
Well, we have different versions. Let's
hope. Well, yeah. But like, fudge nuggets.
Yeah, so like I was just noticing that all of my answers were like double answers and like that rarely happens. So I was like, oh God change this to a different letter.
Are you serious? You just changed it? From your initial idea?
No, well usually I'll narrow it down to 2 and I'll be like, okay, well one is like A, the other one's C. The next one that I know is C. So the first one can't be C because it can't like be a double letter. It's rarely 2 in a row. So I was like,
it could be 2 in a row.
But it's rarely 2 in a row.
But it could be. You probably just fucked yourself with that.
Well, it's okay, we'll do test corrections.
We have like 12 to do.
Oh, fuck. I don't have time for this. I'll just do all the extra credit. I have so much extra credit. It's fine. Ooh, it's all fine.
Yeah. Anyway.
And yeah, we finished the test, and then we had to do this thing called SSR, which is sustained silent reading, because they're like, you need to read to work your brain.
I was reading Game of Thrones. I can't anymore.
I was reading, I don't remember. It's not
some old ass book.
It's some old sci-fi book I have to read for my honors class. It's bullshit. It's so boring. There's so many words.
That's why I don't take honors.
I need that GPA boost though.
Okay, but
yeah, we take the test, and then like, I think that I did okay.
You thought?
I thought that I did okay.
Like at least a C.
Yeah, like a passing grade. But then,
then she texted me.
Come the next day / the night of Friday.
It wasn't the next day. You texted me that day.
I thought that I was going to do okay on the test because I was like, I know some of these. I read the chapter. I have to know something.
At least you didn't get 1.
Yeah. But then, like, we look at our grades online.
Well, I looked at my grades, like, a half hour ago.
I looked at mine last night, which was the Friday that we just took the test. And then I see I got a D on the test. I got a 21 out of 32. And I'm like, I'm, like, not really upset because I didn't bring down my grade that much. Like, my quarter grade's an A-. So I'm just like, this grade means nothing to me. This grade means nothing.
Oh, my goodness.
It doesn't. It's 1 bad grade in a sea of really good grades. And once I do test corrections and extra credit, my grade will be fine.
I got a 12. Not 12. Oh, gosh.
No.
I got a 20. I thought I would have gotten, like, a 5. because I was really not prepared. But I got it on our test. So then now I realize that on Monday our teacher's gonna yell at us.
Yeah, Miss Doctor. He got his doctor in something, sure. Yeah.
Doctor in ear piercings.
Dr. Light. Yeah, he's gonna get mad. Whenever we don't do well on, like, tests, whenever we have, like, a really low class average, he's so disappointed in us. He's like, because he always tells us, you need to do some deliberate studying. This isn't a test that you could just wing. And, like, I did some deliberate studying, but, you know, when I wing it, I do better. So, come at me, Dr. White. You want to catch these hands? I'll throw down with Dr. White.
Catch these hands.
That's what I do, catch these hands. But yeah, we didn't do well, and we all know that on Monday, he's going to be mad. He's going to be so disappointed. I wonder if he's going to take away test corrections to screw us over. That was a big deal. I don't think he will, but if he does, I'll be like, ah.
What if he does, though? That seems like something he would do.
He would so do that.
Yeah.
No, he's not like Mr. Science teacher who's like, I'm going to let you sit with this grade because you should have been prepared.
Mr. Science teacher.
We haven't come up with a name for him, but he's extra too.
Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon. Yeah. Mr. Falcon's extra.
We have no beef with Mr. Falcon right now.
That's a lie. What beef do you have with him? He's fucking extra.
How?
Because, like, whenever I'm just, like, trying to talk shit, he always tries to correct me and tell me why I shouldn't be complaining. And I'm like, bitch, just let me complain. I complain about everything.
I've never had any beef with Mr.
No, with the forces. When he wouldn't help you. You had hella beef with him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe, yeah. He can be extra. But we're not talking about Mr.
No,
Falcon.
this is about Dr. White.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. Our tests were not good. And
nope, we're going to have to do test questions. We're going to have to do extra credit.
I have so much extra credit, though, because he gave us so many extra credit options. Like,
I'm only going to do the one about the Athenians and the Spartans. Because that's the ones I know about the most.
I'm doing all the extra credit. Like, we have extra credit for bathroom passes because we get, like, 4 for the semester.
Oh, yeah, I only have 1 left.
I have 4. I don't use my bathroom passes because the bathrooms at school are disgusting. There's no reason for me to not be in class and, like, miss my education. So I have all my bathroom passes for extra credit. And then we have 2 more extra credit options, which is, like, 1, watching a movie, and then writing, like, a 300 to 500 word movie critique.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm doing it. I love extra credit. And then also, you can, like, print out, like, these, like, worksheets about world history. And you can, like, fill them out. You have to, like, read something.
Is somebody at your... What in the world? Jesus.
I'm not here. I'm not here. Did you see my last video?
Yeah.
The doorbell ringing like 7 at night. What did I tell you about chocolate?
I had chocolate on my teeth. He's still there. What's he doing? What is he doing? He's walking. Is that a dog?
I think that's a dog.
Oh, what's it? Did his dog just shit?
In our mailbox. Your face is so whited out. Okay, he's walking back. No! No!
Get your dog shit off the mailbox! What the hell's wrong with you?
Child, you messed up the lighting. I'm sorry about that interruption. But yeah, we didn't do good in history.
No, we didn't.
But it's fine. I still have good grades. I'm keeping up that good gradeness.
I'm not. I have a C- in gym.
Oh my god. I don't take gym because I take a sport.
I didn't. But yeah.
Yeah. But yes, extra credit. That's what I was talking about. You have to fill out these extra credit worksheets. You have to read this article about it. It's like, please do not dab at my videos. Anyways, yes, I'm going to do all the extra credit, and my grade is going to go back up to an A, and nothing will matter because this grade is pointless, and the school system is useless. History screwed us over. But if you want to hear about how another teacher screwed us over, you can go to her channel. You should subscribe, because her video is coming out after mine, which is not a good idea now that I'm thinking of it, because the part 1 is going to be after part 2. But we made mistakes. We make mistakes. That's why you should subscribe, because then you can get part 1 and understand what part 2 means. Yeah, go subscribe to her. Go watch her video. You can subscribe to me and watch more of my videos if you want. I'm not going to force you to. I hate it when YouTubers are like, watch my videos, because then I don't want to sometimes, and I feel really bad. I'm not going to guilt you into doing anything. You do you. You live your life. You live your best life. You take care of yourself. You run yourself a nice hot bath. If you don't have a nice hot bath to run, then you just run around and pretend like you're in a hot bath.
I don't like those showers where they don't have that other thing. It's just a plain floor. Then water's getting everywhere.
I hate those showers.
I hate those showers.
I have that shower.
You do?
Yes, downstairs, the one that I use. It's the worst. I also can't take baths because I'm too tall. It's the struggle. But take care of yourself. Eat good food, drink some water, hydrate your body. Your body's a temple. Goodbye.